We're just after the open, about 9:38 on the 6th of March, 2019, reminding traders to use risk capital. You're going to forward to lose. E for eMiniWizard.com and MarketWizards.com. We have suggested if you took the short from the 92 to 93 resistance zone that you make sure you are paid by 87, which is the middle. And I've got 86.75 as the overnight open. And as such, that would be a symmetry type move to this 87, to the lows and to the highs. Not thinking any big trades right now. I think it's too hard to try to determine whether we're going south side or long side in the bigger picture. So hit and run type trades are advised. If you are thinking long side, then you are buying a pullback because the move is from low to high. Theoretically, pullbacks can be bought for retest failure. If they don't work, then you want to take your stop out and look for another trade. Gap has been closed. We're range trading right now, and we are suggesting that the most aggressive resistance behind the 93 zone is probably this 96, where I've got this arrow back here. Because that's where the stall came from late yesterday. If you'll remember, we'd said that 96 to 99 resistance. So far, that's still resistance, and the boys need to get it up there. All right, so that's the intraday look right here. Here's our weekly look. We know that we're in this box is 87 to 93.75. Call it 94. So far, this is a action, reaction. And that's what I said earlier at ADP. If there's no action, you can't do reaction. You got to wait for a move sometimes, especially if you're a conservative trader and you want to be sidelines for news. You're not guessing. Then when it starts to make the move, you try to say, okay, where are you going? And that's why I believe that this is a very important chart for us right now. So intraday up, but the pattern so far has been this wedge, this diamond type shape. Brian had pointed that out. Megaphone pattern up, couple of a higher high, and then we've got the lower lows, three little Indians down here. So this is a test for support right now. And well, let's go back to this other chart we were just looking at. And this is the 60 back, and this is coming back in to test our 85. Scene of the crime back here, it's really important to hold this 84 to 83 today. In my opinion, if we take that out, then obviously we can retest back underneath that, as we've shown. 2-a day. And what we're measuring here is yesterday's high to this morning's low. So a 2-day range currently. And it tells us the core should be right in here at 88 to 92.5. So below that, we're really testing support. And this is middle trading in here. Reactionary trades, usually first 10, 15 minutes, no good. You got to give it a little time to play out. And then by the open, you want to make sure you're paid. There's a perfect chart showing how this 92.5 you needed to be paid when you put that with that bigger chart. 2-a day, clear. Both sides have capital already. And I had suggested perhaps by 86, make 87, 86, make sure you're paid. I'm considering a good fortune below that. Angel is back at 82.75. Here's your scene of the crime. Big 85 to 82. Very important support area for for the longs today. And I like that 15-minute chart. That's a beauty. Two-way day. Profile at 85 and a quarter. They're going to be paying attention to this area for sure. And I've got 86.75 as the middle of the angel and demon. Both sides have capital. The goal is to take 4 or 5 points out of the market per contract every day. Find something you like. Reactionary trade, impulsive trade going up. We've got at least a big boy that likes a small trade just by the size of this swing. So we know the generals have taken the south side at the open, trying to test support. And we know that they're using this 93 zone as their resistance. You're going to guess right some of the time. You're going to guess wrong some of the time. Trick is to play hit and run in a day like today, and don't think about a crash. Don't think about a big pounding. Think about step by step. Take one step at a time. The resistance zone right back here. First support zone back here, that 87. This is the fighting box, and now we're trying to get into the support box. Support trying to say, no, you don't. Resistance back here saying, no, you don't. Range trading in here. So I'm expecting this is going to be a very important area today. This is where this yellow ellipse is. Gotta be. Just has to be. Two-way day. Very, very important look. And we found the green line that stalled us. 5 RTH. And now we need to look back to yesterday's lows. Keep that in mind. Right? And that's what I was referring to earlier when I said yesterday's low is going to be important. And we got down just below it, down at that bar. And you see how we did so much chop yesterday? And today we're out of the gate coming down. We came back into this, but under the rain line. And now we're testing support. So basically, you want to follow today's chart right now is the most important. That will incorporate all of that information. Take your stop if you were trying to buy aggressively and it has not worked. Give up your little finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got almost 30 minutes of selling. And back into the 85s, paid for sure if you are short. And will look like a killer day up has already turned into much more neutral. Probably these lows will get shaken out before we're done. It's usually the trick the boys want to do. So you thought you had us, huh? So, I mean, You can just feel once that pressure starts, they're headhunters. They say, we're going to get you too. Paid for short by 83 1/4. And there's been no resistance. So when we finally do find a little support, we can bounce right back. Keeping that 93 to 96 as resistance for now. And this is a test of the angel and yesterday's low. $82.75 angel, 83 1/4 yesterday's low. That's this low over here I'm talking about. Well, once you see this start down and you've got that 5 points, you know a big boy is in that trade. He's saying, I think better odds coming this way. That was the first tip off. Once we were able to get back into that 87. Boys are brutal. And something like this chart, very, very helpful. Right? Stalled yesterday, stalled. Now, at some point, you stop stalling and you climb back up and get over it, but not yet. All right, that's about a dime off the top. Make sure you're paid coming into that 83. Don't even think about it. I know you want another 20 points. If you got trailers and you want to trail, fine. But if you got one, make sure you get paid if you took the south side trade. There it is right there. 83 1/4 to 82.75. Angel test. Your day is done if you've taken this trade. Trailer. That's all you can do. Do not jump in here. Do not jump in short here. You had an opportunity if you wanted it, where we had suggested much better odds. NASDAQ has also sold off pretty well. $60 back, boom. Potential targets today, and I would let it bounce. Doubles come first. Potential targets obviously underneath there at that 78, as we'd call pre-market. 78, 79 potential next target below. Five-minute RTH, a really good chart too. Stops down. And this is the overnight low area. Doubles come first. Right out of the gate, into resistance, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, another 5 bars. Two great charts. Anybody that's into the 83s to 82s must be paid. Interpreting all these charts is not easy. Now, currently, longs are dead meat. So I want to see an angel before I think about buying. Anybody that's into the 82s to 83s, paid for sure. Double bottom. And I said earlier that longs, because the thrust was up, that probably will want to buy pullbacks. But when you get that first 5 out of the gate, it puts that question into your mind that, well, couldn't even get it up above the blue and red and all these lines here. So let's think twice about being too aggressive. It's a double. If you're trying to play the reaction from here, you must be using 79 to 78 as your stop. Every one of these bars is black. Not one of these is white. The white would tell you in a 5-minute bar that the longs were in control of that bar. So far, no. This is really sneaky Pete, what the boys have done this morning. All right, if you got yourself the first short coming back down, trying to test the middle and had a trailer, this was the must paid area right here. The first must be paid. Middle of this bar. And then if you have a trailer or choose to try to let it run, I don't advise jumping in down here. I think it's too risky. But if you've got a trailer, that's where you can win with this. And that's not easy. Everybody keeps saying, let your winners run. But that's not easy in chop. And this was definitely a choppy overnight session. So hit and run, and if you can get out of a 10-point swing, you can get 4 or 5 points. There's your day. Done.